Good morning, Gamecocks. I'm Chloe Findlay.
And I'm Meagan Daukshus. Chloe and I are here every week giving a recap on the news and happenings on the USC campus and around Columbia. We're at a studio today and studying hard for our finals, but we do have a special interview to show you.
We sat down with local band Gamine to learn about their music-making process. Here it is.
Hey y'all, I'm here with the band Gamine. I would like for you guys to all introduce yourselves and tell me what you guys play.
All right, I'm Cassidy Spencer and I do vocals.
I am Sammy and I do synthesizer.
My name is Rug and also Jenny and I play drums.
My name's Gabe and I play bass.
Richard, guitar.
Awesome. So, who wants to tell me the story of how you guys all met and what brought you guys together for the band?
I've told this story before and I don't mind telling it again because I love the story. Forever ago, I wrote a bunch of music, probably in about 2018 and 2019, and it just lived in a folder for a long time, and it didn't have a band that I had attached it to yet. And I gave the folder to a bunch of friends kind of separately. It landed in Cassidy's lap probably around 2021, if I had to guess. I think that's right. And I gave it to another friend, Shane, who was our original guitarist. I gave it to a bunch of people. And that was kind of like the seed of it, the beginning, because Cassidy specifically really liked a lot of the stuff in there and started writing lyrics, and then that kind of spurred it off. So then I started looking for other people. I had known Rug for a long time. Me and Rug have been playing in the scene for a long time and really enjoyed their bands.
I actually didn't hear the music at all. One day I woke up and I was in the Gamine group chat and I hadn't really talked to Gabe, but we had talked, we'd like vaguely like, you want to be in a band later? And then I was there.
Yeah, we talked at a show. I remember you were like, I miss playing drums, and I was like, well, funny you say that because I may have a project for you to play drums on. And then Cassidy tied in Sammy, who I had known for a while, but I didn't know that they played keyboard or synthesizer or were interested in like playing music. I knew they were interested in like seeing it and that kind of thing. And so that's like how the original band kind of tied together. And then our original guitar player Shane left to work on his own music, and then we were out a guitarist and kind of sitting around being like, what's next? And then originally I had wanted Richard to play in Gamine forever ago. He was like on the list of people that I was going to hit up, and we started working with Shane first. But me and Richard, I've been in his band Cloud Repair before, and I asked him to join up and start playing guitar with us. And so that's where we're at with this iteration.
Awesome. So how long has it been ongoing for the band? How many years now?
3 years? Is that right?
2021? Yeah, about 3 years.
Awesome. So when you first started writing music, was it like for this band specifically, was it like almost like a COVID project and then you kind of were able to bring it to life right after?
I play in a lot of bands and I just like write stuff, and sometimes it's for a band and sometimes it's not. And when it's not specifically for a project, it just sits in a folder. So I have like tons of stuff that all doesn't really sound the same. And so for this, I was like getting into a lot of like the dark wave revivalism of like, I don't know, the last like 6 or 7 years, and I started writing a bunch of that kind of thing. So for this, I had a bunch of stuff sitting around, and then I gave it to people, and because it was all similar vibe. But since we've been in a band, I've been like writing, trying to find what defines a Gamine song, and we're getting closer and closer to figuring that out, and it morphs as like the writing process. I'll initialize something and then give it to everybody, and then it'll change. So yeah.
With your name, Gamine, why did you guys choose that specifically? I mean, French for attractively boyish girl. Where'd that come from?
I actually found the word like before I knew who was going to be in the band, before I even knew what like music I had written was going to be for what.
Mhm.
I found the name and I was like, I've never heard of this word before. This is like a perfect, like, one word encapsulation of kind of like, it felt kind of like tomboy,
Mhm.
but instead of calling the band tomboy, it had this like extra edge to it because it's like a word that doesn't really exist in the English language.
Right.
And
I mentioned this in a different interview with CNSC actually, but since we have materialized as a band, I think something I appreciate about the energy of this band, even just in practice, is that we do seem characterized by an amount of androgyny. There's a lot of music spaces that I've occupied where there's a lot of very well-versed male musical energy, and a lot of times that can take up a lot of space. And there are plenty of moments where I felt like I don't necessarily know what I'm doing and I can't even really voice that, or I can't even really contribute because I don't know all of the details and all the tech and the whole language of music. And this space feels like a very encouraging middle way. In practice and in performance, I don't feel like there's ever any big masculine energy that's taking up too much space. It's a very accommodating, creative, and fluid environment.
That's great to hear. I mean, that's where you guys are going to be able to work well together, and I'm glad you guys are able to do that. So you've been doing a few projects. You just released your first music video for Reconvene. What was it like visualizing, putting it to a video, the song?
We actually worked with a really talented local videographer, Gilly. I don't know his last name, so.
Gilly Grifaldo. What's up?
And he had a vision for this song, and he really fell in love with this song, Reconvene. The vision was not really something that we as a band birthed. It was kind of just a field trip on Gilly's vision. And like I said, he's just a really talented local videographer and cinematographer. So I think that there was just an amount of trust that we placed in him.
So I know you guys didn't create it specifically. Do you guys know the story behind the rabbit in the video?
I honestly had no idea. But I really liked the idea behind it. We had a lot of fun shooting it. We spent a lot of the time like in the cold by the river shooting it, and I kind of went with it and trusted the process, and I think it came out great. I feel like a lot of people ask me like what was the the meaning behind it, and I was like, I don't know, but it was fun.
Just remember it was really cold. Yeah, the rabbit guy. I don't know. I really don't know. We talked about what a rabbit might mean to us. What is your rabbit? It's very ambiguous. What does that mean?
Since you guys do play in Columbia a lot, like what are you most looking forward to, like branching out to different cities?
For me, it's just like playing with bands from another scene, seeing another place's scene, and then like just traveling with your friends. That's like what I've enjoyed in the past.
Yeah, I really enjoy just meeting people mostly, like being at the show and seeing how different it is from here. I really like just getting there and not knowing where we're going to stay and meeting someone or figuring it out. And that's really exciting for me.
I personally really just look like, as much as I love the shows, I really love the experience in between that I get with everybody. I always make the best memories with you guys. It's always so thrilling, honestly. I always take back those little moments, waking up in the morning, figure out where we're gonna go eat breakfast and get coffee.
I was going to say something similar. I think that something I value about traveling with this band is the fact that I trust each of these musicians in this band so much, and I'm impressed with them every show. So I feel like a new environment always offers us an opportunity to show up as a new iteration of ourselves rather than being on a stage that we've played before.
I don't even know how much I like traveling, to be perfectly honest. So I'm taking this tour as an opportunity to exercise my resilience in traveling, to be perfectly honest.
Awesome. Well, that's all I had for you guys. Thanks so much for chatting with me. And
Of course.
let's hear you guys play.
Great.
Thanks.
So we were both there this time.
Yeah.
And
It was so cool.
it was really cool. It amazes me every time how they're able to fit a band of,
And
a decent sized band in that tiny space.
I mean, yeah, they had the synth and they had
Yes.
all of their
Full
stereos.
drums.
I
It was
mean,
really cool.
they had everything.
Yes,
I
they
think
really
that's
did.
super cool. They were super fun to chat with. Their music was also super cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were a joy, and I'm glad we got to work with them.
Super knowledgeable, really knew what they were doing. They were really passionate about what they were doing, which it was very apparent.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's cool to see that one of the members of the band has multiple bands, and he is playing around Colombia.
Yes.
And I think that's super cool with the different types of bands.
It's really awesome, really awesome. But we want to thank Gamine for taking the time out of their busy schedule to talk to us. And as always, this wouldn't be possible without WUSC.
With that, we wrap up Good Morning Gamecocks for today, April 20th, 2024.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at SGTV at USC.
To keep up with all of our content, be sure to also visit us online at sgtv at usc.com. For SGTV, I'm Meagan Daukshus.
And I'm Chloe Findlay. From all of us here at SGTV, have a great summer, Carolina. Forever to thee.